This is going to be the very first thing in the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seth?
Hmm?
You gonna say hi? Don't be rude. Say hi.
I don't like the look of these people.
Don't be... Wow.
Hi.
I kind of like that.
That was nice.
Hi,
my
my
name's
name's
Frank.
Lillian?
And this is our
documentary about-
project. We're... I'm Lillian.
I'm Seth.
And we're missing Austin.
And what we're going to do is we're going to show you a documentary about John Deere construction.
Oh, actually, that's not what it's about. It's about noise pollution from those same John Deere construction machines.
No, actually it's about exploiting the masculinity of construction workers through a feminine perspective.
Well, what's funny is that it's actually about none of those things. Gotcha. All right. Well, we hope you enjoy our film.
I didn't like that.
No?
1 sec. Takes a second. Good. All film is voyeuristic in that sense. Everything, because there's an inherent relationship where you are watching a screen, and so you are safe where you are, and yet you're getting these intimate views into other people's lives.
Hi, this is Seth. That's me on screen wearing those headphones. And I agree with what I just said about all film being somewhat voyeuristic. Well, I've got to change this image. I really don't like the way I look. Let's find something else. Oh yeah, that squirrel footage that Frank shot. Oh, this is nice. But it's funny because when our professor, Charles, tasked us with this documentary combining intimacy and online dating, we didn't realize that those intimate views would not just be into other people's lives, but into our own lives. And that was a complicated set of dynamics. I mean, I didn't want to lead. Lillian wanted to lead, but didn't feel able to. Austin was never around. We actually had to hire someone to play Austin. For
My name's Austin.
Scenes.
Hey.
I'm part of this documentary class.
And then Frank, Frank just wanted to make a good movie. And so what were we to do? What could anyone have really expected of us, other than the weird, wacky, wonderful chaos about to ensue?
It's that feeling deep inside when you've got them butterflies. It's that feeling that you can never satisfy. It's that feeling. Hey!
But that's not what this film's about. It's random clips of us that shout out. Can you believe we're making this? The feeling up as if to utter bliss. Hey!
Hit it. Actually, Frank, it's quite a bit more complicated. Process-oriented filmmaking with a self-reflexive tone. One cannot film reality without constructedness, and we as filmmakers attempt to show you this.
Who's singing here? Austin!
Austin!
Austin! I swear I saw him earlier.
I just saw him. He was just here.
He was
He
just
was just here.
Well, we have to do this
Should
now.
we check for him?
No, we're not
Not
checking
enough
for
time
him.
for that. Okay.
Let's just do it. Ready?
It's that feeling deep inside. It's that feeling deep inside.
Deep inside.
It's that feeling.
When everything else is shit!
It's that feeling deep inside when you've got them butterflies. When we started making this documentary, I thought I'd get to make something about online dating. Sophia!
Yeah.
Sophia, tell me about your boyfriend. How did you meet?
We met on the internet.
But the thing about online dating is it takes up so much energy. I began questioning why I was doing what I was doing. For a documentary, or because I wanted to be doing it. And I did meet up with someone. He even drove a long way to see me, and we walked through the Glen, ate lunch, talked in my room. But I had this weird experience with him where I just explained the SOPP, our sexual offense prevention policy, to him and how consent works. And he asked to kiss me. And my response was, I don't know. And then he kissed me. We haven't talked since.
You know, intimacy with yourself is really paying attention and understanding. And it takes time, and it's painful because sometimes I look at things and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so clumsy in that arena. I wish I were better. And it's hard to not want to run away from conflict or from projects I haven't finished or things like that. Like sometimes that intimacy with myself is a truth telling that isn't easy to hear.
I think that making a documentary about intimacy with a group of men has been triggering for me. Because I don't think I've ever had an intimate relationship with a man that felt really, truly supportive and loving, or with a man that I really fully trusted. Is that all you have to say?
Are you serious? Do you want me to answer this question?
Yeah. Can you imagine it being very challenging to make a documentary about intimacy with three men that you really don't know intimately at all?
Is this your charge?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to know them intimately. You're just asking them what intimacy is, right?
Oh, Seth?
Yes, Lillian.
Did you
Did I
find
what?
love story?
No, Seth,
this
I
lip.
did not find love story.
No?
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice thing.
But I didn't need it. Did you?
That's what men think. They're like, oh, I'm gonna make myself feel better by helping you. But what if I don't need her
You
help?
didn't laugh.
I'm just
Not a
offering help.
single.
But if I don't need
Would you
it,
not offer help if I was in that situation? How selfish you would be if you're sitting here and I'm
but
trying
did
to
I
climb
really
around.
look like I needed help?
You look very precarious. I'm not saying that you needed help.
So you're saying that I look like I need help?
Because you were standing on top of the fucking tractor and you were. Yes.
Hello again, everyone. This is Seth. I was out at the John Bryan basketball court playing with my friend Justin, filming, and then we sat down. And then all of a sudden I hear this voice,
Basically, yeah. Do you want to be in it?
and I
Okay, I
turn,
have a question. Wait.
and there are these three girls. And I realize I know two of them, actually, from my time working at the Yellow Springs Kids Playhouse. And they tell me what they're doing.
No, we're just trying to get her first kiss.
Nope.
Who's her?
I don't want it with them. I don't want it.
Wow.
You could kiss him. Nope.
His name's Justin. I don't know if he wants to kiss you.
And this story was so exciting to me. Intimacy and youth and the possibility and excitement of a first kiss. And I tried to follow up. I tried to, ask them if I could follow their journey, but they really just kind of shut me down and said they weren't interested.
Okay, have fun. Good luck on your search.
And that seemed like that was that. Nothing more than a missed opportunity. But Charles really liked them, and my group members thought it was interesting, so they urged me to follow up. And so I called Miriam's mother a few times.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
And then there were all these sightings. Frank and Lillian saw them over on campus a few times, and they would text me or call me and say, Seth, I just saw the high school girls at the library or on the steps of Maine. And there I would go, it wasn't them, or they were already gone or something. But then eventually we did get a response from Haley, and Haley said she wasn't interested. But I thought, Haley wasn't the one I knew that well anyway. I really knew Miriam. So if I could still get in contact with Miriam, she would say yes, and she could just fill me in on what else happened that night. And then one day, I'm at the theater and she shows up all of a sudden with her mom. They're actually looking for the YSKP rehearsal. And I'm so excited, and I go up to her and I wanted to pull her aside from her mom because I didn't think her mom would be that thrilled with me, my asking her about this. But I just asked in front of her, I said, oh wait, Miriam, did anything else happen that night? Would you want to film, but be in our documentary and talk about maybe what else happened? And she just coldly and bluntly cut me down and said, nothing else happened. I don't want to be part of your documentary. And I felt really hurt and really shut down. It's kind of sad to me and scary how this 16-year-old girl could so easily hurt me. If you can be hurt that easily by the potential no of a potential subject, that doesn't seem like a very good recipe for being a documentarian, and especially not for being a leader of a documentary crew. We're such a great documentary team.
Oh, God, we are really good.
We make really nice shots together.
I think we even rival. Who are those? The Maisels? The famous Maisels. The documentary team. We need to say something more substantial in this segment.
Yeah, we need to talk more directly to the audience about our film. So, you may be figuring out what this film is about. No.
Well, what are we going to say? Should we make this film the idea at the end where it's all of us sitting and directly facing the camera? Could that be a framing?
Economic theorists might argue that in a perfect market, the population would act as a consumer and only a consumer.
Oh, that was disgusting.
But why is this intimacy?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. What is intimate about that, Liv? Great question. I mean, Oh,
look, it's the funny man.
Oh, hello. This is my good friend Perrin. Is this intimate? I mean, we're pretty intimate with each other. I mean, yeah, and something like this. Well, we're just my two friends just goofing off, just kind of staring at each other. That's oh no. Oh God. Oh no. This is so awkward. Look how. Oh. Whew. So this is our group. We were tasked with making a documentary about intimacy, and I mean, I think I did it. Kind of on my own, just kind of holding the camera. I think because what's more intimate than kissing someone, So I figured it out, and yeah, and I think this is my team celebrating. I fixed it. I fixed everything, and everyone's just kind of celebrating me. And then our Professor Charles wants to see what we've done. And he tells us to scrap the whole thing.
She and a friend of hers named Laurel Pasta, yeah, were talking, and Hazel was saying, she really would like to have a man, and but there was nobody that sort of seemed attractive to her. And she says, of course it's Bill, but who'd be interested in Bill? And Laurel says, I don't know, Bill's not so bad. He has a good sense of humor. And, it's one thing and another. And so we got together. People think that a prerequisite for a good marriage is what really should be the result of a good marriage. That if both people really put themselves into it, I'm not saying you could love anybody, but there are a lot of people that you could have a really good, loving relationship with. And I think we've had a good one.
It's more than just this one time. It's more than anything. It's more than just this rhyme. Can you feel it tugging on my leg? It's pulling me down. Back to the bed, I can hear it. I can see it all.
Hello, my name is Austin, and I'm the project group member from hell. I did not simply choose to become such a thing. It was thrust upon me like my hair type was. I just didn't have a choice. That's because it stems from the familial panic disorder I've been blessed with, which just happens to follow the same genetic kind as my curly hair all the way back to great-grandma Gaeta. The thought of answering a text or an email from one of my team members would send me so close to the verge that the safest thing to do was to not answer at all. The thought of actually interacting, despite our entwined responsibilities, made me question my worth as a living human being. A friend recently, in describing her strife, said, "The only way you'd understand is if you could take up your shoes and fit in mine, tear off your skin and put on mine. But you can't do that, so you won't understand." How do I tell my group what I'm going through, when telling someone what I'm going through turns me cold, numb and to sleep? I can't. The only person who I can think about when I think about these problems and intimacy is my best friend Emily. I wish she were here. She'd understand. Despite all this, I was able to bridge the gap between intimacy and online dating. Though more so in the vein of a mail-order bride, the story of Dorian and Yo-Yo is a beautiful tale of how the internet can bring people together.
A little over a year ago, I saw a picture of a little dog on a website, and even though it was a really inopportune time for me to have a dog, I knew that he was the one. I didn't actually see him in person until I went to go pick him up. And the moment I laid eyes on him, I knew that we were soulmates.
Congratulations.
Let's all give each other a pat
On the back.
ourselves.
Show them my back. That's good stuff. Nice. I think we should all do that. Should we?
Now we should all pass
No one's patting.
Why don't you turn to someone, one of your neighbors, ask first, of course.
Yeah, consent is mandatory.
And then pat their back.
Don't pet. Petting's weird. We're not hands. Pat. And if your name's Pat, give 2 pats.
Easy
6 experimental novel 查 Charles